In the last month, I've done 10 million views. I've had one that did like 850,000 views on YouTube Shorts. 2022, I built a clothing brand. I was posting every day and I did it for 330 days.
This is Conor Ransley, a social media manager whose content generated over 10 million views last month alone.
Is there a secret to winning on social media?
There is, and not many people want to tell you what it is.
Conor is a former 4-time New Zealand scooter champion and has worked with brands including One New Zealand, Musashi and Burger Fuel. Before we teed off, I asked him to do something slightly risky. Judge my content honestly.
And you just give me first opinion on what you think.
I'm not really sure what it's about.
Over 9 holes, we spoke about hooks, retentions, payoffs, viral content, and why so many creators, including myself, struggle to hold attention online.
I knew it was golf, but that was about it.
I've interviewed Blues, an ex-Blackstick, Commonwealth silver medalist, CEO fintechs, and I think my content's amazing, bro, but I just can't get any views. Like, it's terrible, and I'm really struggling mentally about it. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you it, and you just give me first opinion on what you think.
Yeah, cool.
My channel's all about.
So it's on YouTube, so you do long form.
So long form, which I've cut down to about 10 to 12 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I do short form, but I do not prioritize that in any. That's probably where my value can come from, because a lot of the questions and answers are, how do you get finance when you buy your first house? How do you check the builder's report on your first property checks? None of it catches, and I'm really struggling. So first impression.
I'm not really sure what it's about.
Yeah, okay.
To start, but that's probably because I don't really know who you are. If I was to stumble across your stuff to start off, because I don't know you, I'm only going to give you a little bit of time or a small chance, right?
Yes. To
try and be like, oh, am I interested? Am I not? If I am, I'll keep going through. And that's kind of where the short form's often a good play. Because I wouldn't watch a random long form. I'm only going to watch long form from people I know.
Okay.
Because it's quite an investment.
It is.
10, 20 minutes. That it doesn't seem like a lot, but it is.
I guess I'm lost. I don't need views. I want to create this content to help people and educate people.
Cool.
Because I have access to a huge amount of high-level professionals in New Zealand with my job, and I have the ability to create a beautiful landscape like this whilst talking to people.
What sort of people are you trying to target? So for who?
Yes. Well, depending on what topic we talk about and what they specialize in would depend on what the target audience is.
I think a lot of people make content for themselves. I did it as well for so long on YouTube. I just made videos that I liked, which is cool. It's great, but it's never going to really scale and grow because I need to make it for a certain type of person. Because actually that's who the video is for. It's not for me. Mm-hmm. And for a lot of people, they'll just put everything out there, and then you'll hit some people here, some people there, but you'll never really build any momentum or follower base, or consistency, because you're kind of just being you. All right, now you, now here. But a lot of these people might have things in common, because let's just say that your demographic is let's say it's my demographic, these young guys that are trying to better themselves in their career. Mm-hmm. All the people that you have on will have value to give those people. And as soon as you know who you're talking to, then you can figure out what parts you need to pull out in your content.
We wanted to go left there. It's going to be a longer shot there.
2022, I built a clothing brand. I was posting every day and I did it for 330 days. So I made a video in the morning, and then in the evening edited and posted.
Wow.
And the same thing, I just burnt out. One, I wasn't doing it for the right reason. Yeah. I was just doing it because I was trying to chase the views.
Yes.
And then the second thing was just it didn't adapt. I was just doing the same thing, and it slowly stopped working. But I was just I can't adapt because I'm too busy.
And I'm guessing a lot of people do that, right? They just keep pushing content out and not really looking at the data behind it, going, okay, this is working, this is not.
Yeah. Or even just figuring out what your audience actually wants, because you got to test the waters and figure out what they actually want to watch. It's not always what you want to watch.
What would you say is the biggest mistake most content creators make?
They probably think too much about themselves and not their audience, I'd say. Yeah. They're like, oh, I think it's great. and then they'll put it out, and you go, oh, what? That's why a lot of people will put heaps of effort into something. They'll be so happy they'll put it out in 200 views.
Yep.
I was the same, but I didn't actually realize that there's a lot more. Like, it's not always the more time you put into something, the better it is.
Yes.
Because back in the day, like movies, right? Like, it was all about production value, and the more time you put into something, the better of a masterpiece it was.
Yes.
But it's not the same for this sort of stuff.
So you're saying when you first looked at my account,
Yeah.
my content, that you had no idea who it was targeted towards. You're confused.
Yeah, like I knew it was golf, but like that was about it. Yeah, I think it's just that like there wasn't an easy enough reason for me to like watch.
Yeah.
Whereas let's say if I'm a first home buyer and I'm trying to buy a house, and then like I scroll past a video and it's like, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. If you're buying a house in New Zealand in 2026,
yeah,
this is what you need to know. I might go, oh, okay.
Okay.
All that jazz. Too much.
It's still rolling.
Look at it go.
Oh, that one's going to disappear. Oh, it might be okay, actually.
Hit the ground. I've had one that did like 850,000 views on YouTube Shorts.
Wow.
And I didn't even realize until a week later. And I was like, why have I gone up 1,000 subscribers? And
Holy dang.
I was really confused. And it's because one of the videos went off.
850,000 views.
On a short, yeah.
Oh my, what was it? What was it about?
It was about living with 5 boys, like the good things and the bad things about it. And what I really should have done then is recut that video with that being the kind of aim of the video, because that wasn't the aim, but people picked that up about it.
Okay.
In the last month, I've done 10 million views across all platforms, and that's putting out like 2 to 3 videos a day.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's massive. Like you're saying, quantity over, not necessarily quantity over quality, but quantity is super important, because so many YouTubers are running around saying, don't do quality, don't do quantity.
That's probably the biggest mistake people make, is they try and do quality over quantity. And we've always said that growing up, like with everything, right? Not even just videos. It's like you, right? If you're trying to master your videos, you don't even know if that's the sort of video people want. Yeah. So therefore, if you master it, it's not going to go anywhere. It's like when you start a business, it's never going to work straight away. And if you gave up after 1 year, that's what people would do, but in social. Yeah. You've grinded away for years. You know it's a quantity game. It's the same across anything. Yeah. There's no secret sauce. No. There's no secret sauce.
That was mean. Oh, mate.
Oh, no, it's... Oh,
it's fast. Sit down.
You got to solve a problem, let's say. There has to be some sort of problem that's solved. Retention, you need to keep people watching the video, and then the hook, the first 3 seconds. Okay. Those will be the top 3 things. Okay. If you can hook people in, get them to keep watching, and then they have this like feeling of payoff, like they've just received value at the end, that's like all you need to do with content.
Okay. As simple as that? Yeah.
It's like, no, just talk about one thing. Make it simple. There's the right.
That wasn't powerful though.
So you go put it all in the CapCut, export out the transcript of the whole thing. Yep. And then just tell it who you're trying to talk to, what sort of things you're trying to do, like give it your whole like plan or strategy or aim or whatever. Yep. And then say, pull me out these nuggets, but they have to hit these certain marks. So like it would pull stuff out that has like, you know, because you're like, hey, you need context. Like I need my viewers to understand this in 60 seconds. Yes. It's a great way to use AI.
A lot of people probably don't know what hook and retention is. Can you explain that in a little bit more detail?
Essentially, retention is just how long someone stays on a piece of content for. And why that's important is because, like, you think of the apps, right? How do they make money? Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Normally, it's like selling ads. And they're going to be able to sell more ads the longer people are on their platform. That's kind of their selling point. So their goal is to keep you on the platform as long as you can possibly be. So if there's a piece of content A and piece of content B, and people are watching 20% of content A, and then 80% of content B, this one here is keeping users on the platform more. So therefore it's going to go, this is going to make us more money. Let's push it more. Yeah. Also, like, people enjoy it more if they're staying on it, right? Yeah. So the viewer's going to be more pleased. And then the hook is kind of just what we say is like, how do you grab someone's attention? Because when you're scrolling, you're going boom, boom, boom. And you got 1 to 2 seconds to stop the scroll. Yeah. And bring someone into your video. Otherwise, the rest doesn't matter. The retention doesn't matter if no one watches the video. Okay. So the hook's almost the most important part, and that's probably the hardest part to do, and the part that everyone gets wrong.
Okay. Well, can I show you mine?
Yeah.
My hook is I always put the information at the start.
Let's have a look.
Well, are there any sort of common clauses that people overlook?
Yeah. So like, let's just go back to the very start.
Yeah. Well, are there any sort of common clauses that people...
So I don't know, any sort of common clauses, like what? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I see.
Like that quick.
Yeah, okay.
That quick.
They're not even reading that?
It's a bit long. Like I wouldn't have, unless like I could have ended up in a huge debt with nothing.
Yeah.
See, I'm thinking now what that means.
Yeah.
You've lost people if they've got to think.
Yeah, okay. What a first home buyer...
There you go.
What a first home...
So in the first 1-2 seconds I heard, what a...
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. You know?
Yeah, okay.
New Zealand is the best country in the world, and here's why. If you grow...
Okay.
So yeah, within 3 seconds, you know, you don't have to think.
Yeah.
You know exactly what the video is about.
Yeah.
And also you want to keep watching, because I've just said New Zealand's the best country in the world. There's a lot of people that agree, but there's also a shit ton of people that disagree, right?
Yeah,
especially a lot of people that live here.
Yeah.
Oh, it sucks. The petrol prices are through the roof. This, that. There's no jobs.
Yeah.
Everyone's unemployed. I've kind of said something controversial in a way.
Yeah, I see.
And I've kind of picked one side, and then everyone has their own side. So there's people that agree with me, and then people that disagree, right?
Yeah.
And they both now want to watch, because the people that agree
want
to go, cool, this is going to make, I've made the right decision.
Yeah.
Because it's going to help them think they've made the right decision. And there's people that disagree. They're like, how can I combat this?
Argue this.
Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Cool, man. So you
from
did it
back in the day.
competitively.
Yeah.
Well, that
I was 4-time New Zealand champ.
What?
I'm probably the most successful scooter rider in the country from New Zealand.
Wow.
In terms of like, going overseas to competitions. I've been sponsored most of my life for it.
Wow.
That's where I achieved a lot of my social media success in the beginning.
Okay.
It was through that. And then I kind of transitioned to where I'm at now. Not enough.
Gotta go.
I think for a lot of people, the struggle is like, it's quite overwhelming because there's like all these things you have to do. I'll just like simplify as much as you can for yourself. Like so easy. Let's just say your content is only about answering like 5 questions. And that's all you do. Just start with that. Just start super simple and just like figure out, cool, if my thing is just helping people that are feeling like, I don't know, stuck, then that all I'm going to talk about is just that for a bit. And then just once I get the hang of that, then I'll move on to something else. Authenticity is the word at the moment. That's the buzzword. Yeah.
Okay. What should people stop doing?
Ooh, pushing your product.
Yeah, okay.
Overly pushing your product. You still can do it, obviously, but like, no one's actually interested in the product, like really. Like it's kind of, I mean, it might be a bit controversial, but like that's just my opinion.
That's cool.
Because it's true. Like if you do a good
Hook,
if you do a good hook,
yeah,
you've got good retention, you've got good payoff. You, you'll get a million views.
Yeah,
you will.
Me.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a secret to winning on social media?
Yeah. Like it's actually See, that. I said Yep. There is. It's actually not as easy as you think. Oh, it's not as hard. What are you gonna say again?
Is there a secret to winning on social media?
There is. Not many people want to tell you what it is, but there's actually 3 things. If you do these 3 things, you're guaranteed to get a million views.